And to you Latinos that voted for Trump, I hope that your coquito doesn't taste right this year. I hope that Tres Reyes doesn't even find you. You don't get that extra gift. I hope that when you go to eat that 12th grape on New Year's Eve, you can't find it. No grapes. I hope that the pegao is always a little too burnt to enjoy. That the quenepas just, I don't know, they're a little dry. They don't taste right. That when you're on the street and you want a piragua, you can't find enough cash, and they don't take Venmo or Cash App. That your skin becomes as fair as you so desire, and then you start to develop sunburns. I hope that every time you go to a bio bay, you cannot see the glowing water. That every time you open a medalla, it is flat. I hope that you fall in love with somebody that doesn't know how to dance. Oh wait, you already probably have. Porque le encantan los blancos. I hope that all of your mofongos from now on are dry, and you can't find any habichuelas or anything to make it better. So you just kind of have to like choke it down.
The people that are coming here are the criminals, you know? The ones that did something bad in their country, they're running away from their law.
The Alvarez family came to the U.S. in the 80s from Mexico and Guatemala. They both crossed the border illegally but became citizens under Reagan's amnesty. They even have family who are undocumented.
When you hear Trump promise mass deportations, do you worry about them?
Yes and no. Because the ones that I know, they're doing good. They're not breaking any law.
They're talking about you. You're the criminal because you came here undocumented, therefore you broke federal immigration law. They're referring to you. This seems to be a common misunderstanding that a lot of Latino immigrants who support Trump have. They think, well, I'm not a murderer. I don't steal. I didn't commit a crime in my home country, which, by the way, why do you think a bunch of ethnocentric, selfish Americans care at all about a Latino immigrant committing a crime against another Latino in a foreign country? They don't care about that. What they care about is that you broke federal U.S. immigration law to come here. You are the very criminal that they are referring to. You are who they blame for the economy being bad, for not having jobs, for taking money away from our systems. You are the ones that they are blaming. And I just really need folks to understand that and start protecting yourselves with some common sense. Because I talk about a lot of things that are fear-mongering that I don't think the next administration is going to do. But mass deportations, absolutely. Absolutely. And they're coming for you. You're the criminal they want.
Quick question for anyone who voted for Donald Trump. What are you going to tell your child when they come home from school crying because their best friend was just taken out of their classroom by an immigration agent?
I homeschool, so it's a non-issue. But if it's a mix-up and the child is completely legal in this country, then I would let my child know that will be cleared up. And if they are not, and they will actually be deported, then I would have to tell them that sometimes if we break the law, there are consequences to those actions. And so we have to make sure that we always follow the laws of the country, the state, the city in which we live, because unfortunately there are consequences to breaking the law. And if their mom and dad broke the law, that's going to affect their lives as well. So we have to make sure that we know the laws and we follow the laws. And I think it would be an excellent teaching moment because one day my child, maybe when they're older, they might have someone in their classroom that is actually breaking the law, and it just in the same way as they would if they stole something from a store and they would get arrested, it is the same thing because it is the law of the land.
So this is for all of my Latinos for Trump, which I will never forgive you for putting this man back in office, especially because your roots, he was never going to pick you. Anyways, so remind me again how you guys were for a person that wanted to get all of the people that didn't belong here or came here the wrong way. Why are we trying to fly back white South Africans? Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring in some white South Africans. If you don't get the message now, like you guys are probably the type of people that like your ex told you that they needed to focus on themselves and you believe them. Like that's the type of people that I believe you are, because this man was never going to pick you. He was never for you. And the fact that you fell for the BS is beyond me. This was never about getting criminals out. This was about getting people like them back in and back in control. So like that whole rhetoric, it was a lie. I don't know if you've noticed, because you guys have been very quiet. I haven't seen a single Latino for Trump come out and like defend their stance, because you have no stance. They want us out. We are the target. Okay. And you were complicit in getting this man back into power. But it's fine. like, we'll have a whole therapy session about it. But yeah, it's very clear what they're trying to do. And you know what? Like, you can still, like, make amends, but you have to start standing up. Like, you have to start speaking up. Just like you were so loud to defend this man, like, we need you now to step up and get united with us and back our community up and step up, because it's getting more radical out here. And they're only doing it step by step. They were never going to come out like in, like, you know, Star Wars Death Troopers style. No, they were going to do it piece by piece, and it's getting worse. So we need all the help that we can get, and you guys need to make this right.
I also want to make a special video for everybody commenting on my video saying they voted for Trump for the economy, especially my fellow Latinas. First, can you tell me the difference between micro and macroeconomics? And just by pressing on some profiles, babe, it doesn't look like you're struggling. Lashes done every 2 weeks, 20-inch extensions, BBLs, nails done. You can afford that in this economy. Videos of you going to Mazatlan, Cancun, Miami, living your best life. Like, I love that for you, girl. But if you're complaining of the price of groceries and getting your lash extensions done every 2 weeks, doesn't look like you're struggling much. No offense. Or are you just living above your means? Because I can guarantee you that Biden is not the reason you have credit card debt. Biden didn't force you to get that surgery on care credit. Biden didn't force you to buy that third pair of Gucci slides. Biden didn't force you to book that trip to Cancun knowing damn well you owe Kaiser Permanente $500. Biden didn't force you to co-sign that truck with your boyfriend and now you're stuck paying more because he's not paying his fair share. Biden didn't force you to live above your means so you can flex on the gram. Like, let's start to take some personal responsibility. Learn some financial literacy, babe. Because if the economy was really that bad, you wouldn't have those luxuries at all. Or maybe you just don't have your priorities straight. Maybe you will have more money in your pockets under Trump, but you know what's going to help you more? Money management. Also to the Latinos saying, I voted for him because he has Christian family values and he's a God-fearing man. Honestly, okay, cool, good for you. And then I press on your profiles. Miss Family Values over here downing shots on all her Instagram stories, flexing us in Miami and Dubai and Mazatlan, posting videos of them twerking, bragging about dating trappers. Like, I love that for you, babe. Live your best life. But are family values in the room with us? Are Christian values in the room with us? Because last time I checked, drinking is a sin. Being too promiscuous is a sin. I'm not judging because I'm nowhere near the perfect Christian, the perfect religious person. But at least I'm not saying I voted for a certain candidate because they align with my Christian values. But again, who am I to judge? I'm just some girl on TikTok, and if you're getting so mad at these opinions, well, what can I do? And not to be rude or anything, but some of these profiles that I'm checking for Latinos for Trump, some of the most atrocious Edgars, and some of the, I'm not going to say anything bad about women, but pick a struggle, babe. But again, congratulations. Let's make America great again.